What up, weekend warriors? Gilly Construction again with a quick one. We're going to be clear coating our balls today. And I'm talking about these Ukrainian handmade wicker balls that we ordered from the Ukraine about 6 months ago. This is a design that my wife really liked, and what we did was we incorporated a light bulb and hung them from our trees randomly throughout our property, and it gave a really nice ambiance, and it gave a little bit of lighting where we needed in those dark areas, lit the trees up really well. But one thing I didn't do was put any kind of protectant sealant on the wicker. So after this last rain season, it got a little bit discolored. Some of them kind of started falling apart a little bit. So this year I'm going to be doubling up on our protection here, and I'm going to be using a urethane. It's a polyurethane sealant. It's colorless and it's a semi-gloss. I didn't want it to get too shiny, but this is not water-based. We don't use that water-based shit around here. We only use the real stuff. So what we're going to be doing is spraying these from the inside and the outside. We're going to do a couple coats. And I'm just going to real quickly show you the technique that I'm using to do it. First off, make sure you've got your trusty shop towels, because you got to wipe up a little bit, keep your hands clean, and have a little bit of painter's solvent or mineral spirit or acetone ready, because this is not water-based. This will not clean off with just water and soap. What you got to do is make sure you shake your cans really well. By the way, these are brought to you by Category Paints. What you got to do is make sure that you shake this really well, test it, and make sure that you got your paper towel with you. The tip will sometimes get a little bit clogged when you're not going straight up and down. And then here we're going to be doing a little circular motion inside the ball. We're going to be holding about 6 inches away from the surface. You don't want to get it too close, and you don't want to do it too heavy. It'll start to run, and you'll get webbing, and you get a bunch of goo all over your balls, and you don't really want that. It's going to look like shit when you're done. So I'm going to do a light flashing, and I'm going to let it sit and dry. I'm going to move to the outside. I'm going to do another light coat or flashing coat, and then I'm going to let it sit, move on to the other balls, and then I will come back and do a final coat on these and see how those two light coats kind of add up to some protection. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your ball. I've got some buckets out here. Don't do this in the driveway next to your brand new truck or your wife's car. She's going to freak out. But I'm going to start from the inside, and I'm going to just follow around in a circular motion about 6 inches away, slowly moving my way out, just making sure that I'm getting ample coverage all the way around the balls. And like I said, you kind of want to keep your cans straight up and down, or it will cause some clogging. And then you just kind of push your balls around, sit them here, and just make sure that you're kind of following. You can kind of see a light color change from the wet material being put onto your subject. But just make sure that we're not doing too heavy a coat. What I really want to do is just create a flashing coat and a base. I'm going to walk all the way around here and just make sure that I get a nice even coat in here. I'm using short bursts. I'm not just like going all out on it. Like I'm using a water hose. And they work all the way out to the rim here. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because you got to try and get this rim edge right here. You just want to make sure this is where all the water is really going to be collected. This is going to be the bottom of the light. Keep your tip clean. Way too many euphemisms in here today, so have fun in the comments section. So you're just going to gently caress the rim here with your spray until you work your way out. And there we go. That's the inside coat. We'll let that sit for a minute. I'm going to move on to my other one. Again, make sure you keep your can up. If you go upside down, it'll actually blow all the stuff out, and then you won't have anything coming out. So make sure you got your can upright. You're about 6 inches away from your target, and controlled bursts. And just follow it around. Try and keep a nice even coat. Don't let it sit in one place, or again, you're going to get all sorts of stuff that's going to be running and connecting to it, and it's going to look like crap afterwards. So stay tuned. We'll show you how the next ones go, and then we'll give you the final product at the end. Okay, so just remember, light flashing 6 inches away from your target. Let it sit for a while before you move to the outside, because you don't want to get all gummed up and start getting some, overspray all over your stuff. Go and do your other balls. Make sure you keep your tip clean. Have the mineral spirit with you to clean your hands and whatever get overspray. And make sure you got a clear outdoor area. You don't want to do this inside the garage unless you have a respirator mask, because this stuff's pretty strong. This is not water-based. Again, this is urethane polyurethane sealant, or urethane sealant, I should say. And it is a colorless semi-gloss. And it will give a little bit of shine, and it will increase the richness of the color, so it won't be quite as pale as you see on the outside here. It'll be a little more rich, and I'm sure that we're going to get a lot more protection this season when it starts raining. So you can pick this up at Catalina Paints, where a bunch of my buddies are, and you can get all the other products you guys see at the same place. So tune in, ask questions, like, subscribe, and I'll show you how the balls look in the next video once they're hanging from the tree with the lights. Be really bitchy. So again, just make sure you're using controlled bursts, and don't overspray, because you're going to be really upset when you got goo all over your balls. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.